Hey guys, welcome back to development here of our online WebGL game. I'm kind of at a crossroads of what to do as far as what to develop next. I put this poorly modeled trapdoor in because I want the character to be able to go into underground places, kind of abandoned places from the past, and be able to find tools and technology, blueprints, scrolls, and things from the past that will help them in the present. But I've also got these trees that we can't yet cut down because I haven't programmed that. And we can also, unfortunately, we can run right through them. So I also haven't put any collision into the moving mechanic. And another thing I want to get knocked out is, say for example you run over here and you let this tree pass in front of you and the character. Well, now you look at this tree, and so what I want to be able to do is see if in the line of the sight between us and the camera, if there's an object. See, like this. If we get this case, we should automatically zoom in, much like every other video game, that you can't just see through walls if you put your back against them. So those are kind of the three things I want to get knocked out, more or less. Lost the trapdoor. Let's just refresh. I think I'm probably going to go with the camera, so the camera can't go through objects, just because to do the trapdoor I'll need that, because if we go underground we don't want to be able to zoom above ground. And then following that I'll probably work on the trapdoor animation so we can actually open this and close it, and that's going to open up a whole new slew of things, because we're going to need to eventually incorporate keys and lock mechanisms without using electronic technology, but still using an electronical interface for selecting a pin code, but in the game realm it won't be electrical. So yeah, I'm going to get started on making this trapdoor. And okay, so kind of went a whole different direction, and I went ahead and modeled and animated a little treasure chest that we can put into the game now. And using the same context menu scheme, we can open the chest and inspect the chest, and it's got a nice little animation, and the context menu here changes when it's open and closed. What I need to do is add an access inventory option once it's open, but that will mean that I will have to have an inventory for our player and an inventory for this chest, and a way of displaying them about the screen and storing objects in them. So that's probably going to be the next thing, because once we can open this chest, we can have an axe in this chest, and with an axe in this chest we can get an axe, and we can then go cut down a tree and put some logs in the chest. So that's where we get going on. Alright, so a little bit of work later, we've got a inventory screen set up. Very crude inventory screen, but if we press I, we can open our inventory. And right now our inventory consists of 32 numbers. So I can move things around in here. I can switch 1 and 13, 1 and 21, and then 1 and 13 again. And I can also move these items down to my hotbar, which this is 1 on the number keys, and this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So if I click on this, for example, if this was a health potion, my health will go up. And that's pretty much the first step in getting an axe out of this chest. So when it's open, we'll have a new dialog that says open inventory, and along with our inventory, another inventory will appear, the chest inventory, and then we can drag and drop items between them, or drag things from this inventory to our hotbar, which will automatically, if we have room, add it to our inventory over here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I changed a little bit of how the moving works. So now when you hover over a tree, you don't actually look at the tree, you still look kind of through the tree or where your actual cursor is. So if you run past a tree, you don't end up turning around to look at it when it's behind you, because it's in front of the camera. But we can still bring up the same dialogue. It's a lot more fluid, so if we're running, we want to bring up dialogue and keep running. And I think I'm going to make it so if we inspect this tree while we're close to it, we can see. But say we start inspecting this tree and then we go far away, I want it to say something else, because since we're at such a great viewing angle, we can barely see it. If we're right here, we can barely see it. Yeah, so probably just going to work on the inventory, getting a chest screen open. I'm not sure where or how the inventory is going to look, how many items we're going to be able to hold, how many items you're going to have in your hotbar, special abilities, etc. Not sure about any of that, so I just made it kind of expandable. Maybe the chest will get linked to this side so we can easily drag and drop, or maybe it will just be that when you open a chest, you can position the chest inventory anywhere on your screen, so every time you open a chest, it always opens in that same spot, so it's kind of customizable for the user. Yeah, that's all for now.